we're at the 52nd Mr. Olympia, and we have a special guest today. We've got Hidetada and Patrick Tuor, his coach. And Hide, thanks for taking the time, because I know you're on stage in like a couple hours.
Probably 5 hours. Yeah.
5 hours till you're on stage. So he is being very generous in talking to us before he has to kill himself on stage again. So he had an incredible year. You won the Arnold. You're here at the Olympia. So congratulations on that. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit at first, because you did win the Arnold and you did out of peak twice in the year. What did you do differently? I mean, you're here tonight, and you're one of the top guys out there who could potentially beat Flex, right? Knowing that Flex was in the mix, what did you guys do differently to prep for the show now versus the Arnold? And was it harder to peak again, or because you are shredded?
Actually, to be honest with you, this prep is one of the easiest prep. Yeah. I've been competing more than 20 years. I've been competing probably like 80, probably 90 shows. I don't even know how many shows, but since 2005 I'm pro, but this is one of the easiest prep, and no problem, nothing whatsoever.
Yeah.
Then we came in the best shape ever, no doubt. This is my best shape again, 20-something years of my bodybuilding career. So everything else went well. Then right now we are waiting for final for like 5 hours. And last night, to be honest with you, we are a little disappointed about calling out.
Yeah.
Obviously, I wasn't in top 3 last night. So what we are doing right now, instead of complaining about it, we are doing whatever we can do to be better on that final stage in 5 hours.
Yeah.
So, the talk about our prep to this Olympia and the last Arnold. This is my coach, Patrick Tuor from Switzerland. He's a big name, big name, the guru coach in Europe, and now he's getting bigger everywhere. His SST method is incredible. If you can see my physique changing, you can tell. Then he's everything. The supplementation, food, meal, everything is in his hand. I'm just a machine. Whatever he tell me, I do machine. So we are start doing this actually 2015 Olympia. So this is our third show. Obviously getting better and better, because Patrick, become to know how my body responds better and better. So I think we just let Patrick talk about our prep. Because he's the one who done it.
Yeah, I'd definitely love to hear it, because he's definitely shredded and he's still full. So, I didn't think he did that badly last night at all, other than I know you didn't feel comfortable with the call-outs, but you still look great. You were still in top-notch shape. It just comes down to what the judges are looking for. So, by God, you're in amazing shape. So I'd love to hear what you did differently, because it seems to be getting better. And how old are you?
I'm 43.
Geez, so you're 2 years younger than I am. So what are you doing to the guy? He's 43 years old. He looks like that.
Well, first of all, hi to everybody, and thanks for having me, giving this opportunity to talk about Hide's prep. We started working together 3 weeks before the Olympia in 2015, so we didn't have much choice. We had to go with what he looked like at the time, which was very good condition, but he was lacking a little bit of size. So the last 3 weeks, we concentrated on trying to get him back up with the weight, because condition was right there.
Right.
And it went pretty good. Condition was very, very good on stage, but we were missing a little bit of that size to really beat Jose and Flex.
Yeah.
So actually what we wanted to do for the Arnold is try to come in bigger. But we made one mistake, is that the weight went too high. So the weight after the Olympia went up too high, and as soon as you start pulling the weight down, I got kind of scared because it was coming out too fast. So what I did is I stopped. I said, okay, let's put it in a waiting mode, because I know you're going to come down fast with the weight. And that was a mistake, because then at the end, when we really needed to get that extra conditioning in, because the size was there, the body was not really responding to that fast losing weight again.
Yeah.
So that's a mistake I made. But it went well. We won. So, you know, when you win, you do everything right, and sometimes you lose and you still do everything right. But I learned from that situation. So the mistake, I didn't want to do it again for the Olympia.
Yeah.
And this Olympia, again, we wanted to focus on bringing a fuller, bigger package. But I didn't make the mistake that the weight, when it was coming down, I let it go down.
Yeah.
And actually, this is props to Hida, because after the Arnold show, he stayed extremely focused.
Yeah.
I mean, he never lost sight from that contest.
Yeah.
He didn't have one day where he was thinking of something else. And his weight never went above 222. I think maybe max 225 pounds.
That's impressive.
Yeah, between the Olympia and the Arnold and now. So I think that's what made the difference.
Yeah.
And then when we start dieting, we really didn't have to, you know, cut calories so much.
Right.
We kept eating carbs every meal, you know, and so the weight was coming down just by eating very clean.
Yeah.
And just having little tweaks in the diet with the protein, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. And he was around the 215, 16 pounds mark almost immediately. So the last 10 weeks, he has been sitting almost contest stage conditioning.
Yeah.
So that's why it was easy for him, because he was able to eat still a lot of carbs, and he was seeing the shape in the mirror. So that's, for an athlete, makes things much easier, because you know you don't have to work extra hard to get the condition. It's right there.
Yeah.
Every time you train, you can see it.
Yeah.
And the advantage is you're still eating a lot, and we didn't have to do crazy cardio.
Yeah.
I'm somebody who likes cardio, so he had cardio throughout the prep, but you do it with another mindset. You know you're right there.
Was it low volume, low impact cardio, or
I don't really believe in high density cardio unless you really need to pull it faster.
Yeah.
So it was usually twice a day, 20, 30 minutes of cardio. Sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more, depending on how the weight was varying. At the end, actually, I was more concerned that the weight didn't come down too much, because the condition was right there.
Yeah.
So every time he dropped to the 212 pound mark, sometimes he goes even below, we just stopped it again and let it come back.
And did you fluctuate since you were probably eating a lot of calories, right? Did you fluctuate things up and down with like carb cycling, or did you do any cycling, or just keep it nice and even?
That's what we did before the Arnold.
Yeah.
We tried this carb cycling, which had him lose weight really fast. We didn't have to do it for this show, so we just had every day, same amount, exactly.
Yeah.
And then at one point in time, we even had to increase protein because the weight was coming down so fast.
Yeah.
We didn't want to go higher
You
with the
must be
carbs.
happy.
I was very happy. But like Patrick said, I was floating like 212 almost like 6 weeks. Of course, body is changing, but it was kind of weird. Body changing, but weight is all the same.
Right. So you didn't feel depleted as much.
Well, right now, yes.
Right now.
Yeah. Up until 3 weeks out, I felt like it was off season.
Yeah.
And I think one of the main differences from every other prep we did is that he was able to train extremely heavy. I mean, heavy for his strength, and extremely intense until probably 5 days before the competition.
Yeah.
And that makes your body look different. And when you step on stage, and the last workout has been a heavy workout, up and never did anything else.
Yeah.
That density, that fullness is much easier to bring on stage than if you had to do a lot of reps, a lot of volume.
You guys weighed in Wednesday, which was different, right? So you had a full couple of days going in. You had like Thursday and most of Friday to fill up. So that was different. How did you handle that? Knowing a guy like Flex probably waited and went back and started, chowing down.
That's one thing I gotta tell you guys. Before, after weighing, I just ate like whatever I want to, and I was, my concern was just I need to get back up, because I'm low, under 212. So now I had to go up like 220 again.
Yeah.
That's that's how I saw before.
Right.
So I ate a lot. Like Arnold, we don't have that much time, but so I ate a lot. In the Olympia 2 days, I ate a lot anyway. So by the time after the show, I was kind of like off season again, right?
Yeah.
But since we walked with Patrick, I was surprised how hungry I am.
Right.
And even carb loading phase, he don't let me eat so much. He never let me eat so much.
Yeah.
So that's the one secret. but still we eating carbs, but not that much. Like,
Yeah.
But it all depends on condition. But one thing I can say is Patrick's diet is not done until show is done.
Yeah, right. And what are you looking? You're looking at him like every couple hours in the mirror just to see if there's any sort of fluctuation.
Yeah, we did that the last 3 weeks because I spent 3 weeks with him here.
Yeah.
And every morning we'd wake up, I'd have a look at him at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
First of all, step on scale, and then just seeing what kind of fullness he was bringing, condition, and decide what we did today, if we had to do some changes. But the last 3 weeks, I think we changed like maybe once or twice, little minor changes in maybe carb sources or something like that.
Yeah.
But then the last week, we had to deplete in order to come in the weight and make sure we had the weight. And every morning we would take a look and then decide how much fat mostly we would add to the diet. So as the depletion days went on, we increased the fat, increased proteins a little bit so that the weight would not drop any further, but we still kept
Yeah.
depleting.